Hey everyone, are you a YouTuber? If so, you're going to love this week's guest on my Entrepreneurs Who Work From Home series. I'm Gale Bates and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I share weekly videos on work-life balance, accountability, and productivity. And these are all designed to help entrepreneurs working from home build a thriving business with ease. And I also interview inspiring entrepreneurs from around the world who, just like you, are growing their businesses one day at a time. So don't forget to hit the subscribe button and tap that notification bell so you never miss an episode, especially if you're looking for practical strategies from fellow entrepreneurs. Now, let me introduce you to my guest entrepreneur this week, Alexa Saarenoja. She's a visionary YouTube mentor who is passionate about helping people build a thriving YouTube presence. And I just love her heart-centered approach because it empowers entrepreneurs to shine on the platform with confidence and authenticity. So in this episode, you're going to discover, number one, her secret to monetizing her YouTube channel, which is pretty amazing. Why done is better than none, which is a quote she talks about and is a game-changing mindset. And how ChatGPT is her best friend in business. And, this conversation is just packed with golden nuggets on working smarter, not harder as an entrepreneur, which are her words, not mine. But I know you're going to walk away with so many valuable insights, so let's dive in. Welcome, Alexa. Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Who Work From Home series. I'm so excited to have you here today.
And thank you so much.
Good. It's lovely. And, it's late in Finland for you and it's early in Hawaii for me. So the time difference, it doesn't matter. We can still connect around the world. And I love that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I've really been enjoying being in your group in Skool. And I'm excited to talk to you today about being an entrepreneur working from home and how you handle everything. And the first question I usually ask for people is, tell us a little bit about your daily routine and how does that work for you?
Okay, well, I must say it's pretty much different every day because in Finland, children go to school at different times in the morning every day. It's not the same time every day, which is interesting. Wow. So some days my day starts earlier and some days it starts later, but whenever it starts is usually when they're at school and daycare. And then from there, I work with clients on how to grow their YouTube channel, usually on calls like this or through emails or DMs. I work on making videos, I film, I edit, I brainstorm. Pretty much the day is just spent like in YouTube world. And then I pick my kids up midday, they come home, I go back to work at home and get interrupted about 20 times to help them. And then that's how it goes. And then in the evenings, once I just put my kids to bed, for example, I have calls like this, like a podcast thing, or I usually have clients between 8 and 10 in the evening. And then after that, I call it a day and go to bed. So,
and is that like every day, or, do you not work on weekends? And how does that work for you?
Yeah, I work Monday through Friday, except I don't take night calls on Friday. So I don't work after 7 on Fridays because I have family time. And then I spend the weekends with my family. I do check in with the people I'm working with one-on-one on my emails and direct messages, of course, if they have any questions over the weekend. But other than that, I try to take a full break on the weekends.
Right.
Yeah, and spend it with my family.
Yeah, well, it sounds to me like all of the activities you're doing when you're working are a lot of what we call revenue generating activities, right?
Yeah.
Because you're actually working with people in your school group, you're doing videos, and tell us the name of your YouTube channel.
It's just my name. It's Alexa Saarenoja.
Okay, yeah. Great. I just want to make sure people know that so they can go and watch you. Okay, that's great. Yeah, so we talk a lot about those revenue generating activities, and I'm sure you work with that with your own clients, do you?
Yes. Yeah. Like to build their revenue. Is that what you're talking about? Like how to have them make money on YouTube? Yeah.
Yeah. And what would you say probably, because I think with entrepreneurs who are listening to this today or watching this today, that's one of the things about entrepreneurs. We do a lot of busy work and we don't do a lot of the revenue it's that balance. So what would you say? Would you say that doing your YouTube videos would be one of your highest revenue generating activities?
Yeah, definitely. Because I feel like that's mainly where all my clients come from is YouTube. And then they find my Skool community, and then they also become clients from there as well. Or other people recommend the Skool community from other YouTube channels and stuff like that. But yeah, making the videos are probably the most important. Well, not most important, but the most return on investment, probably.
And that's it. Yeah. And that's really great advice for entrepreneurs who are watching this today, because as I said, we do all tend to do that busy work where we don't really, it's not really gaining us anything unless we're working on those revenue generating activities. Tell us a little bit about your workspace setup. Okay. Because I noticed when you do, being in your group, I see you a lot, which is really great. I love being in your group. Do you have a specific workspace, or do you work from anywhere in your home? How does that work for you?
I have an office. I'm in my office now. It's quite a small office. It's like maybe 10 by 15 or something, like 8 by 15 feet. Maybe like 2 meters by 3 meters. I'm not so good with meters, but even though I live in Finland now. But yeah, it's where I work in my office, and I film in my office. And I used to film with my laptop, all my videos, but now I got what is it called? The ZV-E10 camera. And I got a certain lens on it that works really well with small spaces, because I don't have much space in here for filming. And so it makes the room appear bigger or have more depth than it does, which is nice.
Wow. I've never heard of that. That's fantastic.
Yeah. I did a lot of research before I bought it because of the fact that this room is so small. But yeah, I do everything in here: filming, editing, talking to clients, doing the Skool community calls, everything in this one space. But sometimes I go for walks and take my iPhone and do videos with that. But that's rare these days, because it's like -20 and my iPhone doesn't work so well at -20. So.
I've actually seen those videos, and I'm so proud of you, because I wouldn't be out there in that freezing cold.
Yeah. No, I was like taking my glove off to press the buttons and putting my glove back on. So it's not always the best, but it's so beautiful. So
we do, right? Yeah. So do you have any kind of time management tips that you would share with any other entrepreneurs that works for you?
Yeah. Have 3 kids.
Yeah, I know.
Because any moment you have free, you are working your butt off. I swear. No, but time management. I definitely have times where I meet with clients and where I don't meet with clients. So like, for example, Monday days, I don't have any meetings that day. It's devoted strictly to filming and creating videos and generating ideas for videos and getting caught up on, setting emails to my list for the week, or doing any of my community posts or anything like that. Planning all that stuff is on Monday. I guess that's not really time management, but it's that's just how I organize my week. I do all the stuff for my business on Monday, like with regards to videos and emails and communities and stuff. And then the rest of the week is mainly devoted to clients, and then just checking in on YouTube and answering comments or something like that. But it's like Monday is my day for creating and getting everything organized with the business. And then the rest of the week is just all clients.
Yeah. And how many videos do you do a week?
So I was doing 3 videos a week for a really long time. I've been on YouTube not that long, actually 9 months, but I've had a channel for like 10 years, but 9 months of like actually focused work. Yeah. And so I did 3 videos a week for the first 6 months. And then when I started getting busy with the coaching and consulting side of things, something had to give. I couldn't do it all. And so I went down to 2 videos a week and then 1 video a week. And now I'm trying to do 2 videos a week. Because I like the more than 1 a week for some reason, because I like to do like a tutorial. And then I also like to do some sort of behind the scenes or vlog style or motivational video. So I really like to have one of those every week. So I think I'm going to stick with 2. And I just did my first live last Friday, and it was really fun. So I might include that in my repertoire now. Do like 2 videos and 1 live, because that is basically another video. Okay. So with no editing.
How did that feel going live?
It was intense. Oh my gosh. It's really hard for me when I can't see people, but you get all these comments, and I'm like talking to the air. It's kind of like when you film yourself on your camera, like you're not talking to anyone.
Right.
There were people there, but it was really fun, but it was, the comments were coming so fast and I was missing questions and stuff. I feel like you need to have like an assistant, like doing the comment section and then just like feeding you the questions. But it's a lot to do by yourself if the comment thread is moving fast.
Right. Yeah. And then so were you going just straight live on YouTube, or were you using a tech tool to do that?
No, I'm like a scrappy YouTuber. I was like, the only way I was going to get on a live was if I didn't have to do much research and could just do it. And so I looked into it and it said you can do it with just your webcam and you use like just YouTube. So I didn't have any external apps or anything. I didn't use like Riverside or anything like that. I just used my webcam and through YouTube. Yeah. So I kept it as simple as possible. Yeah.
That's great advice. Yeah. That's really great advice. I'm glad to hear that, because it's on my list to go live, and I've been given advice on using all these different apps and things, and it just gets to be too complicated. And I want to keep it simple. And I think that's really, for us entrepreneurs, just keeping things simple, I think is really important, right?
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And just getting it done too. I feel like done is better than none. I say that on my channel all the time. And it's really true, because I could wait another 6 months before I do a live, but I've been telling so many people in my Skool community, like they ask me questions about lives and I'm like, I've never done them. I can't give you advice. And so I was like, I really need to just do a freaking live. So I was like, I'm just going to jump in and do it. And I did. And it was a little scattered, but it's done now. And now I know what it's like. So now I can give advice on it.
I love that. Just get it done. It's just one of the most important things, especially for entrepreneurs. We put things off, but just getting it done. That's wonderful. Yeah. So is there any other technology tools that you use that really help you in your business?
I love ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT like every day. I use it for idea generation. I use it for refining emails. I use it for refining scripts, clarifying ideas, talking about business, getting business ideas. I mean, I use it for everything. It's like my best friend, my business partner, my everything, it's wonderful. Beyond that, I use like CapCut for editing. I love CapCut. I know it was banned in the US, but I think it's back again. So I use that. And
you do your own editing for your videos?
Yeah, I had an editor for a little while, but the problem was I'm so last minute person. I'm so like scrappy. Like I do my videos, I film them, edit them, and post them pretty much the same day. So having an editor, that just doesn't work. Like I can't send the video at 6 o'clock and be like, can you edit this by 8 o'clock tonight so I can post it? It just doesn't work. So I found that I was losing my rhythm. And that's actually why I stopped that's when I originally started going from 3 videos to 2 videos, because I got an editor and it like my whole rhythm got messed up. So yeah, I tried it for a little while. Editors are great for saving time, but for me, unfortunately, I'm always just playing catch up. I feel like I'm never ahead. So it just doesn't work, which is exactly why I should have an editor. But I think because I'm a designer by nature, I also like to have control over my videos too. And it's really hard for me to like.
And you do such a great job. I mean, videos. So if it's you don't, keep doing what you're doing because it's working, right?
Yeah. And it's just talking head. So I feel like I don't really need to do too much to it. So I keep it simple. Yeah.
And do you use CapCut like to edit on your phone, or do you do it on the computer?
I can't stand editing on my phone, to be honest. I always do everything on the computer. I have bad eyes and I just like the big screen, and I have all my big screens left over from my designer days. And so it's really nice and you can really zoom in on the timeline and stuff. It's really hard to do with my fingers. I'm so fumbly. I'm not a phone editor type person. So yes, desktop all the way.
Okay, I love it. That's really good to know. Let's talk a little bit about challenges that you do. What kind of challenges do you face working from home, like distractions or, thinking, this isn't working or whatever? How do you handle those?
Yeah, I think my biggest distraction is children, to be honest, because their school day is so short or their daycare day is so short, and I'm like interrupted. I can get halfway through my day, then I have to go pick them up, and it's just, or I need to feed them, or, something like that. And I say it like I have to feed them, but you know what I mean? It's just like, it's like if I worked out of the house, they would be able to fend for themselves. You know what I mean? Like kids, like we were latchkey kids when we grew up and stuff. But since I'm here, I think that's one of the biggest hurdles. And also I miss like being around other adults. So when you work from home, it's very lonely. Even though I'm working with clients all day, every day through Zoom, you're never like out in public. So you can just be dressed up from the top up and, have pajama pants on. You know what I mean? Like it's like you don't ever really feel like part of society when you work from home, I feel like a lot of the time. And so that's kind of hard. And if you lose momentum or you're feeling down that day, it's like you're the only one that can pick yourself up. Do you know what I mean? Like you are in control as an entrepreneur. And if you don't pick yourself up, then everything falls apart, basically. You can't just let it go. So you have to So I think those are some of the biggest hurdles for me is like working by myself or working with kids around and having a million questions interrupt you during the day.
Right. Yeah. And I think that's for a lot of a lot of people, a lot of entrepreneurs who do have kids at home. But I think you handle that well. I mean, I even see your little girl on one of your videos where she's in the background working and you're talking on the video. So you're kind of working around it, trying, overcoming that, which is really great.
Yeah. And I also think it's inspiring for other women or moms to see, or dads even, that if like some people might think it's unprofessional, but it's like the only way I'm going to be able to do work is if they're around. You know what I mean? Like it's or else I just can't do it. So I just have to do it and hope that the people that see the channel or see me or my children in the videos understand that or are inspired by that and don't like get offended or feel like it's unprofessional or whatever, because it's the only way it's going to happen some days.
I don't think so. I think you do it so well. It is effective life. And a lot of mompreneurs, as we call them, are, have a business at home because they want to be home with their kids. I mean, that's the point of it, right? That you can raise your kids and have a business. Yeah. And you do it very well. So I would say that it looks great from
well, that's good to hear.
Given all that isolation and everything, what do you do to collaborate or communicate for you in your business? How does that work for you? How do you stay connected?
I have my Skool community, and so I go live there every week, and so it's really nice to engage with a group of people that trying to do the same thing. We're all trying to grow our YouTube channels. We're all trying to build a business, so that's really fun. I'm also connected with a lot of other YouTubers, and talk with them occasionally, or have Zoom calls with them or something to brainstorm and just bounce ideas off of them and stuff like that. So I do. I do collaborations with other YouTubers, but I also just have like brainstorming sessions with them too, and like discuss whatever's on our plate, for that time. So that is how I kind of stay involved with other. Yeah.
But I think it's so important. I think we have to make that effort, right? To have those collaborations and connections. And so it's great for other entrepreneurs to know that this is really an important part of your business because of that isolation thing that that happens to us. We have to make the effort to and keep connecting with like-minded people, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And so I'm going to switch things up here a little bit about goal. I want to talk a little bit about goal setting because you seem to be so good at that. What's kind of the process for you for setting goals?
I don't know if I have a process so much. Like right now I have a goal of, I want to, most of my goals are so I can prove to other people that they can do this. So that's my biggest driving factor for goals right now is like, I want to do this so that I can show other people that they can do this, that kind of thing. So right now I want to work, my main goal, it's not like a number goal. It's more like I want to work smarter rather than harder because I almost burnt out. I did a mentoring program I started it like about 4 or 5 months ago, and it was a 6-month program. And I took on so many clients at one time that it was way too intense. So now I want to work smarter and take on less clients and work for a shorter time in like 3 month chunks instead. So I'm trying to think how to work smarter, not harder, and not burn myself out, and also not try to do everything. I know this isn't really goals. I'm just kind of going off on a tangent, but like, like I was doing the 3 videos a week. I had like 20 clients that I was working with one-on-one, and it was a lot. And so that's why I had to be like, okay, something's got to give. So I need to readjust, do less videos a week, and focus on my clients for the next 6 months. Then when that's up, then I start to do maybe more videos a week, or I take on less clients and do more videos a week, and try to figure out how the balance. So I guess my goal is really right now is to pay attention to how I can work smarter, but how I can find, I don't believe there's any kind of balance in life, but work in such a way that is effective for where I want to go. Because I really do want this to be sustainable and long-term. And it won't be if I burn myself out, if I try to do everything and have kids and not sleep at night and, and try to keep my marriage together while I'm working all the time every night, so it's like, just managing it all. That's really not goal advice at all. Sorry.
No, well, I think what you said, the 3 month chunks, I think 90-day goals are really doable. Whereas we try to do something in a longer term, it gets, messy. And so what you're doing is you're focusing in on that, and that's working for you. It seems working for you. Yeah. And then what do you do to continue to grow as an entrepreneur, like professional development? And what kind of advice would you give other entrepreneurs for that?
Well, I am obsessed with courses and mentors. Like, I have no problem buying courses or mentors. Like, I totally believe in investing in yourself. Like, reinvesting back in yourself is reinvesting into your company. And also it helps you to help other people better because you continually are learning and growing yourself. So I definitely think that it's worth reinvesting in yourself in education, like courses, or finding good mentors, or joining what are they called? Like those like brainstorming groups, what they're called, like mind something. I can't think of it now.
Masterminds. You're talking about
masterminds. Thank you. Sorry, it's late for me. My brain starts to turn mush at this time of day.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. No, I think that's great, and I think that's great advice for others as well. You have to say, tuned in, with. And I think that's wonderful. And so let's switch up here a little bit. What do you do for self-care? Okay. How does that work for you? Like keeping the balance, but making sure you're doing okay.
Yeah, that is one of my biggest challenges, because I am a very ambitious alpha female. And that has been one of my weakest things throughout my entire entrepreneurial life, is like heading always towards burnout, never taking care of myself. But now that I have kids, I have to take care of myself, because if I fall down, the whole house falls down basically. So what I try to do is walk. Walking is my thing, like walking in the woods, going into nature. And usually if I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone, I'll go for a walk and also listen to a podcast about YouTube or some educational thing. So I feel like I'm getting my time, but I'm also learning. So it feels like it's okay, but that's not the best. You should just do what you want to do. But I enjoy learning, so that's fine. But usually walking is the thing that I try to do to get out or train at least 3 times a week. So that's my self-care.
I know that's one of my things too. Do you have a favorite podcast?
Not at the moment, but I do love Think Media. I listen to Think Media all the time, their podcast.
Okay.
That's Sean Panel.
Good. That's great for people to know about that. Now, if you had a piece of advice to give, like YouTube's your thing. So you had a piece of advice for YouTubers who are entrepreneurs, what would it be?
I think the key, honestly, to success on YouTube or anything with entrepreneurship is you have to 100% believe in yourself, because I feel like if you have any doubt in your mind that you can't do it, it's going to plant that seed, and that seed's going to grow, and you're not going to get to your goals as fast as you want to get there, because it is up and down. YouTube is up and down. Entrepreneurship is up and down. And if you don't 100% believe you, just like everyone else that can succeed, then I think you will be your worst enemy with trying to get to where you want to go. So like they say that quote, what is it? Doubt kills more dreams than fear ever will. And I think that's so true. Yeah. So that would be my biggest advice. Really work on your mindset. And, it's funny, if I ever take any courses or anything on business, on YouTube, on whatever I'm taking it on, the first module of every course is always mindset. It's always mindset. I think it's so important for success.
It is. Yeah, there's a great book out there called Mindset.
Yeah, I've read that.
That book, yeah, it's a really good book.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so lastly, then I want you to share with us a little bit about your programs, who your ideal client is, and where people can find you. And we will put all of that in the description below as well. But tell us a little bit about your business and who you work.
Yeah, sure. So people can find me at my YouTube channel, which is just Alexa Saarenoja, or my Skool community, which is Creator Boost Tribe on Skool. But what I do is I have a few different things. I have courses that you can take. I have one-on-one, just one-off coaching. So like if you want to just sign up with me for an hour to have a conversation about YouTube and where to start, how to start, whatever, get some advice really quickly that's personalized for you, I have that. And then I also have a mentoring program that is more intensive. And right now it's a 3-month program where you work with me directly and we grow your channel. And the nice thing about that is with that program, you have access to me basically 24/7 because you have email, DMs, whatever you want to reach out to me. But we also meet live multiple times through the 3 months. And we have like a call like this for an hour and we strategize and we see what's working, what's not working. I analyze the YouTube analytics and I can see the back end of everyone's YouTube channel that I work with. And we really we work on whatever you need to work on. That's what's so nice about the program because it's geared towards the person that's in the program. It's not just like I give you a prescription of 3 videos a week and I'll see you next week. We actually sit down and we say, okay, what is the biggest hurdle? Like some people, just getting on YouTube is a big hurdle, like just posting the first video. Like I have many clients that are just at that phase of just the mindset thing and getting over the fear, getting on YouTube. And then I have people that have been on YouTube for over a year and they're just not seeing the traction. So we're working with them in a different way. So, that's basically what I do. I'm just kind of like there to provide support and guidance, and work with the person. And I would say, I'm sorry, I'm so tired. I would say the biggest thing that someone told me once, you don't hire coaching, you hire the coach. So it's really like in my program, you're hiring that support system. Do you know, like how we were talking about working alone, like you rely on yourself. Right. So, so in the program, I'm getting all blushy because I don't like to talk about myself, but like you're hiring a person that you can they can be your cheerleader when it's hard, and tell you that you can make it through this. This is just a lull. It's just how it goes. And we'll get over this and we'll just do the next video and the next video and we focus forward. And I think that is, one of the best things about having a mentor or a coach. And I have my own mentors and coaches that I work with. So I know how much I lean on them and how much I'm messaging them when I'm down or up or, like celebrating, high-fiving, and then also like, oh my God, what's going on? So that's a big part of the working with someone too.
Well, I know from working with you myself that you do a fabulous job. And I think for those who might be interested in growing their YouTube channel, they just need to click on some of the links that we're going to be putting in the description below so that they can connect with you. And Alexa, thank you so much. This has just been so helpful, I'm sure, for a lot of entrepreneurs, especially for those who are interested in getting on YouTube or continuing on YouTube and in growing their business, because you do a great job as coaching entrepreneurs who want to grow their business. So thank you so much for being on today. This has been so enlightening. I love chatting with you, and I'm sorry to keep you up so late. Okay.
No, I'm up anyway. But thank you. And I love your energy, and it's always so nice to see you. So I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
Wow, you ready to take your YouTube channel to the next level? Alexa's insights are truly invaluable. Would you commit to 3 videos a week? I'm implementing that strategy myself, and I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. So with all these powerful YouTube growth tips, which you've listened to today, one of the biggest takeaways from me was Alexa's advice, which was to believe 100% in yourself. Her words really hit home when she says, doubt kills more dreams than fear ever will. You know, that's something every entrepreneur should take to heart, I believe. So I highly recommend you look at joining her Skool group. That's Skool. It's completely free. You'll find the links in the description below, especially if you are really wanting to grow your YouTube channel. And of course, don't forget to subscribe here. I have so many more inspiring interviews coming up on my channel, and I am doing at least one interview a week. So I will see you on the next video.